Why are we all so frightened of death? You understand? You know what it means to die? Haven't you seen dozens of people killed or hurt or... Haven't you? No? Are you strange people or what? Belong to a different planet? We've seen death. We have never inquired very deeply into what is death. It's a very important question as what is life. You understand? We said life is all this. Rot. We have said life is knowledge, learning, all that stuff. Going to office regularly every day at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, quarterly, battling, wanting this and not wanting that. We know what living is, right? A series of actions produce a series of inactions, and sorrow, pain, that's our life. Then, if that is living, which it is, don't say yes, living is something extraordinary upstairs. This is living, quarreling, divorcing, fighting. And then, but we have never inquired seriously into what is death. You understand what I'm talking about? We know what is living, if you're honest. And you can imagine anything you like, but this is living. You can imagine heaven is there and God's are looking after you, every prayer is answered and all that rot, at least for me, for the speaker. But we have never seriously inquired into what is dying. All right, sir? What is dying? It must be an extraordinary thing to die. No? Extraordinary thing. Everything has been taken away from you. Your attachments, your money, your wife, your children, your country, your superstitions, your gurus, your gods. Everything is gone, right? You may wish to take into the other world, but you can't take your money, your bank account, right? Your attachments, your gurus, your temples. You can invent temples of them, not of your dead. But while living, you can invent all the gods on earth. But when death comes, it says, look, you cannot take anything with you. All your attachments, all your affections, all your hurts, all the things that you have gathered in life, you can't carry. There is no space for that. Right? So death says, be totally detached. Right? That's what happens when death comes. You have no person to lean on. No, nothing. Right? You understood this? You can believe that you will be reincarnated next life. That's a very comforting idea. But it may not be a fact. It may be your imagination, your longing, I can't leave my wife, I've left so much for my son, but I'll meet him next life, so I'll tell him off. And so on. So we are trying to find out what it means to die. While living, not committing suicide, not talking about that kind of nonsense. I want to find out what it means to die. Not jump in the river, I don't mean that. Or go off to the Himalayas and die there. But I want to find out for myself what it means to die. Which means, can I be totally free from everything that man has created, including myself. You know, there is an Italian joke, sorry, I have to repeat it. The whole world will die, perhaps including me. So I want to find out what the actual fact, when death says enough, right? Do you want to find out? No. Do you really want to find out? What does it mean to die? Give up everything, right? Not sacrifice. Death says that. Don't use those silly words. It cuts you off with a very, very, very sharp razor from your attachments, from your gods, from your superstitions, from your desire for comfort next life, and so on, so on. So I'm going to find out what death means. Because it's as important as living.